I'm in Stephen LaRose's studio in Ashland, Oregon, and is it a whole separate building, or is it just kind of a basement that I've got going on?
We are in the sub-basement.
You're in the sub-basement?
Yeah.
All right. And these are paintings that you've been working on recently, right? This is all recent work.
This is 94.
This is 94.
95.
This is part of that, like...
This is a door, actually. No longer a painting. It's now become a closet door.
Oh, okay.
But something to remind me of what I could do with my life.
What you could do with your life?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the Well, first of all, I love the patterns. I love the patterns that are going on here. How do you get all that?
Steel from William Morris.
Yeah.
It's a very fundamental thing to do.
Uh-huh.
Then you get a really wet surface of acrylic paint, scratch into it, score it with some sort of stylus, let that dry so you get a lot of topography.
Okay.
And then glaze, 20 glazes over it and sand back into it. Sanding back into it brings up the peaks of the original color,
right,
and lets the valleys show through.
Nice.
And and if you think ahead, you can control the palette.
You can control the palette. Right.
It's faux finishing in one sense.
Faux finishing in one sense.
Which is why I never lie about the William Morris decorative finishes.
Okay.
It's, dare I say, the history of beauty.
The history of beauty, that's right.
In this surface
That's right. And the necessity of.
And then how do you mess it up is the next step.
Yeah?
How do you destroy it with a black dot, a smear, and an X, and change? And then how do you turn your wallpaper into illusions of space?
Illusions of space.
Or what's the opposite of, if you wanted to say...
Flatness, just...
micro, macro sensibility. That was nice. This is years ago. I forget my shtick here. I should have written the shtick on the back.
That's a good idea. Yeah. If you have a painting's big backlog, you have your artist statement on the back of each one.
Oh, but you know what? I just looked up. Let's talk about now.
All right.
And the shtick is coming through because look, these are the newer ones.
Right.
This is this past couple weeks.
Oh, all
and
right.
The sanding routine is. Oh, should we back up one more step before we get to the newer ones? Because the show at the Kristi Engle Gallery.
Okay, this is the exhibition you had maybe a couple months ago.
Yes.
In Los Angeles.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. These two pieces here.
This one in particular, I don't think. No, that wasn't that.
That's
the newest one.
Gorgeous piece. Okay, we'll go to the older one here. All right. So this was your LA show.
Older, 3 months ago.
3 months.
And they were. I think they're all drawings. I've come to terms with the fact.
You're telling me that you don't think of these as paintings. You think of them as drawings.
This series, yes.
This series, okay.
Or wait, the
ink,
suite. No, it's black. It's. Can I give a product pitch?
Yeah, sure.
Every artist should know of Roscoe Supersaturated Scenic Paint.
Okay.
It's a highly concentrated, highly pigmented paint that has to be thinned. It's what they use for big 100-foot backdrops so that lighting designers can do all they want with it. What it means is it thins really well.
It thins really well, which is how you got this kind of work.
It took me a year because I was playing with ink. Can we just go all over the place?
Yeah, sure.
Because there was a moment in my life where I had to redefine how I painted. So here's a stack of little ink drawings.
Nice.
You know, we could
like tarot cards.
Yeah, we could just go through these for days.
They're beautiful. So you're saying for a while there you had to do small works because of transition or however?
Trying to figure out what's important.
Oh, so...
And reduce all the parameters to
get to the essential?
That's the theory.
Yeah.
And all the distractions, eliminate those, take everything off the studio wall, and sit with a marker and a piece of paper and try not to draw what I know.
Can I ask you something? You teach. That would be a great exercise for anyone to kind of figure out themselves. Is that an exercise that you apply ever to your students, you know?
I just try to get them to come to class right now.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
That seems to be the biggest hurdle.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
not to talk about.
yes, sure. All right. Okay. So, all right. Just to get back to this,
Right.
just this pastel. So, this is all that, just one color that you're working with. Yes.
Yeah, I think I added raw umber there.
There's a little bit of brown.
I was being rebellious at that point.
Yeah. All right.
So
nice.
But
is this on canvas?
It's on. Oh, I wish.
What is that?
That is a
On
piece
board?
of Frederick's cheapo piece of shit canvas that I wish I'd never.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, it's nice and light.
But what happened? I can say why I got there is because I was doing small, and it became evident that everyone thought they were big, even myself.
Like when you posted them online.
We go for hours about what happens when you take your paintings and put them online. Because this one I was worried about being so beautiful online.
Beautiful.
Does it read as well?
It's interesting what you're saying about the scale, because we're now sharing all these images. It's actually how you and I met. We met online. We're sharing these images, and we don't know how big they are. And it's sort of like this great, I don't know, equalizer in one way. Would you say? No?
Equalizer. In my brain, I was just going towards it's reinforcing the beauty of painting.
Okay.
In that, in the end, these are not reproducible.
Okay. No, they're not.
Point, they might be.
They might be.
I'm not anti the reproduction.
A question that I wanted to ask you, when you're talking about that black paint, and you're talking about, you using this for set design and what have you, is that your day job? I mean, what's your...
It has been.
It has been, right? Okay, so do you mind just sharing a little bit of that with us? I mean, you're someone who can do murals, right, and paint walls, and do all kinds of stuff, no?
Yes. I always get tricked by the no. When you can paint anything,
yes.
What do you paint?
All right, you were saying that...
I have to amend what I was about to say, though.
Okay, all right. Posturing?
Cavalier.
It's okay.
In my job, I've been asked to paint anything. That's a better way to put it. Not when you can paint anything, but if the possibility to do whatever the client wants becomes an issue, then you go home after doing that. What becomes important to you as a person?
Maybe that's why you did those small pieces, to find out what it was.
But it's important, yeah, exactly.
To find out what it was, because you could paint just about anything. I mean, if you're asked and paid well enough.
And in one sense, I want to really back up, because I do believe it's not just me. That I'm not asking that as egotistic. If I could paint anything, when I said you, I meant anybody, because I'm from the school that you can learn to paint. That the craft is teachable, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that the painting isn't really, fundamentally in the end, what it's about. So, I mean, to make a correlation between music, my favorite bands often don't exhibit the best talent in the music. It's not really about the craft. It's about whatever is oozing from you.
But yet you're still an advocate, though, for people learning their chops, getting their chops down, even if they may not use it all, no?
That's an
I think you are.
Twist, yeah.
You are.
Respect for the craft is important.
Yeah, respect for it, to be, and at least enough to have some of your chops down.
Yeah.
To have some of your chops down. Can you tell me a little bit? Do you have something else to
No,
add?
no,
Okay.
go ahead.
Can you tell me, is this one this is not finished, right?
Right, that's unfinished in a way that's a little different from this one. But keep going. Where's my finger? This one I feel like is going to take a lot of labor to make it subtly perfect.
Oh, okay. You're going to do a lot of this stuff.
This may go everywhere maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen to that. But that one,
okay.
I keep thinking, holy shit, that might be done.
It's fabulous, I have to tell you.
I mean, it might take 2 or 3 flips of the wrist, but I'm not going to do anything until I know what they are. I have to live with that for weeks. No, that takes time for me.
That does take time. Yeah. Okay, now
working towards.
Yeah, what you working towards? What's happening for you?
Nothing. I really don't have. I'm kind of joyously. The arms are flailing. I had a show that I was working towards that opened up a lot of doors. That when I saw all the pieces there, I feel like I'm making the show I wish I'd made.